deep concern. White House officials privately expressing what's described as deep concern over classified documents found at Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. The White House has remained silent publicly, but CNN learning tonight that behind closed doors, it's a very different story. Concerns are mounting that the information found at Mar-a-Lago could put sources and methods of the U.S. intelligence community at risk. And part of that concern is likely stemming from the new documents released by a federal judge relating to the search of Mar-a-Lago. These are the papers that contain specific information about what the Department of Justice is investigating in terms of potential offenses. The words right here in that document, under the search is related to a violation of, you see this line, willful retention of national defense information. That is important language. It is language that sharpens the focus on Trump himself as a possible subject of the criminal probe. And the developments from the White House tonight come as there are developments in the January 6th and Georgia criminal investigations. Tonight, Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney telling ABC's Jon Karl that discussions are in fact going on about former Vice President Mike Pence possibly testifying at this point before the House January 6th committee. Karl asking Cheney about Pence's comments this week that he would consider testifying.
So we've been in discussions with his counsel.
So you think we'll see him here in September in this room?
I would hope that, I would hope that he will understand how important it is for the American people to know every aspect of the truth about what happened that day.
What about Trump before you wrap up? Will you ask him to testify?
I don't want to make any announcements about that this morning. So let me just leave it there.
Well, we're going to speak with another member of the committee, Congresswoman Zoe Lofgren, in just a few moments. I want to update you, though, on Georgia, a development there where a federal judge denies Trump ally Senator Lindsey Graham's latest attempt to avoid appearing before the special grand jury. The Fulton County District Attorney's Office said that Graham is, quote, crucial to the investigation because, according to the subpoena, Graham made at least 2 calls to Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger after the 2020 election. Just to make it clear why this is so important, Graham does and did not live in Georgia. He is the senator from South Carolina. He was a very close ally of President Trump's. And here is how Secretary Raffensperger said he understood his calls from Graham.
Well, it's just an implication that look hard and see how many ballots you could throw out.
Hard and see how many ballots you could throw out. That's what he took away from it, from a call with Lindsey Graham, the senator from South Carolina. That's what he said to the Georgia Secretary of State, who's responsible for elections in Georgia. Well, that call, of course, now exists in the context of the now infamous call that Trump made to Raffensperger.
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
Caitlin Collins begins our coverage tonight at the White House. And Caitlin, I mentioned the news that you broke at the top of the show. You've been working on this, and you found out there are deep concerns at the Biden White House about the documents found at Mar-a-Lago. So what more are your sources telling you?
Yeah, the White House is not saying basically anything about this investigation, certainly not publicly, Aaron, but we are told that internally there is a pretty high level of concern about what exactly documents were taken to Mar-a-Lago and what potentially could be at risk by the fact that they were taken there, not in a secured facility as the way that the federal government defines that, and certainly not the way the intelligence community defines that as. And so as more information has emerged, as we've now seen what exactly was taken from Mar-a-Lago, we don't know specifically what the documents were, but you saw that inventory list that came out last week after the judge unsealed it that did list what they took, including some information that is only supposed to be viewed inside secure government facilities. It's what's known as a SCIF to people here who work at the White House or in Congress. You go into this certain room to read this. You're often not even allowed to wear things such as an Apple Watch to go in and look at this information. And so they are concerned, what we're hearing from sources, is that it could potentially put the methods and sources that the U.S. intelligence community uses at risk because, of course, they're not sure whose hands this was in. They're not sure what has happened to this information. Obviously, It was not held in a secure facility. That's why they were so concerned about it. And so they do have great concerns about that. And we know that representatives for the intelligence community have spoken to the Justice Department. They've talked to congressional intelligence committees. They've talked to the National Archives because they do have a level of concern about this. And so that is something we're hearing from the White House about what they are wondering here, and what they also want to know what it was that was taken to Mar-a-Lago.
So after the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago, Caitlin, we got the property list of what they took with them, right? When they had released the warrant, they released the receipt. And there was this one curious entry, line 1A, info re President of France. And I know you've been looking into this. What are you learning?
Yeah, that's actually one of the concerns that the White House has is, does this potentially affect diplomatic relations? They don't know what that information was. It is also notably it is 1A, it is under 1, which is talking about a note about clemency for Roger Stone when Trump granted him clemency. And so that is another concern, why those two are connected on that inventory list. The White House has not commented. The French embassy also is not commenting on that, but it has also raised some eyebrows about what that information is. And of course, that's really their concern, is that this could put intelligence sources and methods at risk, but also the idea that there's information about world leaders. They don't know what it is, that is also was in a basement, kept in a basement at Mar-a-Lago.
Absolutely. Caitlin Collins, thank you so much from the White House tonight. And let's go now to Ryan Goodman, who is the co-editor-in-chief of Just Security and former special counsel at the Defense Department, along with Olivia Troy, former Homeland Security and counterterrorism advisor to then Vice President Mike Pence. So, Olivia, you hear Caitlin's reporting there. If you were still working in the White House, right? So you're in what is now the Biden White House. How worried would you be about the documents that former President Trump had at this point, given what we know about them?
Well, I'd be incredibly concerned. I mean, it's a guessing game right now to figure out what exactly was in these documents and who saw them and where they ended up or where they copied or where they get into others or foreign adversaries, considering the amount of foreigners that go onto that property. And so I'd just be concerned about what was there, what is known, and whether any of our defense capabilities, weapon systems, or intelligence officers on the ground, whether any of this information is at risk. And so they're right to be concerned. And I think that, I can see across the national security community, anybody who holds a clearance, has held a clearance, or really cares about our homeland security and national security as a whole would be concerned about this.
So, Ryan, it's one thing if, as Olivia is saying, they would be completely justified in these concerns. It's another to sort of have it come out publicly that the White House is weighing in, right? They have so far steadfastly remained silent, right? All kinds of accusations about their involvement. They obviously did not know about the raid until it happened. The media broke it, and they have been silent. Should officials even be talking like this?
It's really hard. I mean, I think they're in a kind of no-win situation because this has to be a major concern for them. But at the same time, they're not supposed to be having any conversations with the Justice Department about an ongoing criminal investigation. So what do they do in this situation? But I do think that it's a real intelligence concern and that the people at the highest level within the White House need to have an answer to that. Maybe they get the answer from the intelligence community, like the director of the Office of National Intelligence, but they can't really speak to the Justice Department.
At all, right. So, Olivia, there are also concerns inside the White House because of that 1A, right? That 1A. It stood out to all of us. Information about the French president, Emmanuel Macron. You say it doesn't surprise you that specific thing would have been found in the documents that the former president kept with him. How come?
Well, I don't think that Donald Trump was necessarily a fan of President Macron, to be honest with you. And I think there was a tense relationship there along the way. And so when I saw that was part of the information, I was like, well, that makes sense because Donald Trump is vindictive. He's known to be, and any information like that, he would probably hang on to. And we don't know. We don't know if it's classified information on the president of France, or we don't know if it's a memento or a letter or something that he was planning to do or send. So, I mean, all bets are on that. We have no idea. But Donald Trump, he is a man who holds grudges and doesn't forget. And it is concerning to just sort of, wonder why he felt the need to preserve that. And if it is intelligence information that's related to that, that actually, it hurts our relationships internationally. It actually really hurts our partnerships. There's intelligence sharing that goes on between our partners. And I'm sure that, if I were the president of France, I'd be sitting there wondering the same question of what kind of information is that? And,
Right.
It also questions the relationship.
Right, absolutely.
With our
And
countries.
interesting commentary that you're able to provide there about Trump, feeling vengeful and not liking the president of France. Ryan, top Trump allies have repeatedly changed their talking points as this has progressed to defend why Trump would be in possession of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Here's the latest defense from his former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani.
They want to make him responsible for having taken classified documents and preserved them. Really, if you look at the Espionage Act, it's not really about taking the documents. It's about destroying them or hiding them or giving them to the enemy.
Right.
It's not about taking them and putting them in a place that's roughly as safe as they were in the first place.
Your response?
It's really an extraordinary exchange. There he is as a kind of a representative for Trump, and he's admitting to the key elements of the Espionage Act. If we look at just the cover note that was revealed yesterday for the arrest warrant, the words are that they're investigating Trump for the willful retention of national defense information. What did Giuliani just say? He actually is admitting that it was a deliberate attempt to keep national defense information.
It's not
that's
about
classified.
taking it, it's about destroying
Yeah,
it or,
and
or disseminating it.
That's right, and he's dead wrong, and it's actually the provision that they cited is what he just described. So he's trying to back into a corner of a new excuse, but he's actually admitted key elements of the Espionage Act.